Over the past several years, the GM LS series engines have gained fame and supremacy in the performance arena. Arguably one of the most productive and necessary modifications is the installation of aftermarket roller rocker arms. The instance of needle bearings falling out of the factory rockers is astronomical, and bearing replacements have not solved the problem. The Yella Terra Easy Fit Ultralite shaft mount roller rocker arms are among the strongest and highest power producing rockers available today. They are also one of the easiest to install. On average, power gains of 20 horsepower and 20 foot-pounds of torque are produced. Valve stem wear is significantly reduced by eliminating side loading of the valves, and rocker arm deformation is almost non-existent. Yella Terra is considered to be the leading high-performance engine components manufacturer in Melbourne, Australia, supplying the performance and racing industry with high-quality valve-train products for over 50 years. The company is recognized as the country's largest and leading manufacturer of high-performance engine components, continuously investing in R&D and meeting the demands of motorsport. All Yella Terra roller rockers are 100% Australian designed and manufactured with US-sourced components and have been applauded by engine builders in Australia and the US, requiring maximum durability for road and race applications. They are built to withstand the torture of marine, speedway, drag racing, and long-distance endurance racing. Many US performance and racing companies have been so impressed by the quality of Yella Terra, they have sourced them for sale under their own famous brand names. The Yella Terra brand is more than just a well-known international icon of high-performance engineering. It's an institution. Yella Terra shaft mount rocker arms are manufactured from ultra-strong 2024 T6 alloy extrusion. The material actually increases in strength as temperature rises. Yella Terra doesn't believe in pretty colors because anodizing compromises the strength of alloys. The rocker arms have 11/16" trunnions, among the largest available. They feature Torrington bearings and tout the lightest nose wheels in the industry. The nose wheel axle is retained by an internal circlip to prevent accidental disengagement, an all too common occurrence in competitive rocker arms. The Yella Terra Ultralite roller rocker arm is an easy fit product, providing simple installation. Yella Terra shaft mount rockers utilize a common shaft supporting 2 rockers for each cylinder of the engine. Each rocker assembly is supported by a pair of inflexible supports called pedestals. The pedestals can be raised with the included shims for easy geometry adjustments. All hardware is included with the kits. Rocker arms should be soaked in engine oil prior to installation to ensure proper lubrication during warm-up. This is a typical LS1 engine with the ignition coils, rocker cover, and factory rocker arm assembly previously removed. It is not necessary to remove the intake. The intake on this display engine was removed for better illustration. Be sure to discard the lower rocker rail. It will not be used again. Clean any debris from the cylinder head valley and blow out the threads. In order to ensure the integrity of the rocker arm geometry, the position of the contact patch on the valve tips must be checked. To facilitate the process, special marking compounds like Prussian blue or yellow lead gear marking compound can be used. If these products are not available, a Sharpie can be substituted. Simply paint the valve stem tips on the first cylinder. Once the rocker geometry on the first cylinder is checked, all other cylinders will utilize the same corrective measure. It is unlikely any geometry measurements or modifications will be necessary on a stock engine. Lubricate the mounting bolts with engine oil. Mount a rocker assembly on the cylinder head per cylinder, being careful to align the push rods with the cups in the rocker arms. Pull down the bolts a half a turn at a time. Roll the engine through a few rotations to form a contact patch on the valve tips. Observe the rocker arms as they travel through the complete rotation. Ensure there is ample clearance for the rocker arms and push rods. Remove the rocker arm assembly and observe the patches. They should be near the center of the valve tip, slightly closer to the intake side of the cylinder head. If the patch is considerably closer to the intake side of the head, raise the rocker with the provided shims and recheck. If the patch is closer to the exhaust side of the head, lower the rocker arm assembly by milling the pedestals and recheck. Simply put, ideal rocker arm geometry is achieved when the rocker nose wheel is sitting on the valve tip at the same position at both zero lift and full lift. Most importantly, the contact patch on the valve tip should be between 60 thousandths and 80 thousandths of an inch wide. Remember, when installing shaft mount rockers in pairs or ganged assemblies, all stands or pedestals must be shimmed or machined alike. The final step before ultralight rocker arm installation is to measure the hydraulic lifter preload. It should not be necessary to measure or adjust lifter preload on a stock engine. On a modified engine, it is very important. The desired preload is 60 to 90 thousandths of an inch. Each turn of the mounting bolt produces 47 thousandths of an inch of preload. By counting the number of turns from zero lash to the point at which the bolt seats and multiplying the number times 0.047, the total preload can be determined. Simply add or subtract the difference from the pushrod length to arrive at the proper preload. Before installing the Yella Terra Ultralite shaft mount rocker arms, place a thin wipe of lithium or assembly lube on each valve tip and pushrod cup. Lube mounting bolts with a thin film of engine oil. Install the first rocker assembly, being careful to align the push rods with the rocker arm pushrod cups. Screw down bolts until they contact the cross shaft. Then pull down the rocker assembly by rotating each bolt a half a turn at a time, while switching back and forth until the bolts seat. Torque the bolts to 22 foot-pounds. Install the remaining rocker assemblies in the same manner. When all rocker arm assemblies are installed, reinstall the rocker cover and ignition coils. When starting the engine for the first time, vary RPM from 1000 to 2500 RPM until all lifters have bled and engine is quiet. If a stubborn lifter continues to emit a clicking noise, shut the engine down for 15 minutes and repeat the procedure. Be sure to check for oil leaks. Following these simple guidelines will ensure thousands of trouble-free miles of optimum performance. If you have any issue, please do not hesitate in contacting us at www.yellaterra.com.